Hey YouTube, Tim here. Quick little update on the 1999 Mercury 175 EFI two-stroke. With the fluid leaks in my lower unit, just want to do a quick update. I was an automotive technician for years, and I was a bitter automotive technician. I always talked badly about the automotive industry. But that was the only industry I was involved in, and I was involved in it for like 46 years. You know what I mean? So you get burnt, you know. And so I retired, started playing more with motorcycles, and realized just what a step above the motorcycle industry, or just what a step above the automotive industry is above the motorcycle service industry. It was really something to try and locate parts and get correct information, And then I bought a camper, and that was like, wow. Boy, what a step below motorcycles that is. The service information on those is like nil. Trying to find correct parts. I mean, I bought my camper new in 23. I'd owned a camper before in early 2000s. Bought a camper new in 2023 and took it home, went to sanitize the water system, and immediately had to take it back because my camper flooded, just turning the water on. I had it back like 3 or 4 times, had to postpone a trip. Brand new camper, right? I had to postpone a trip that I had scheduled with my new camper because the camper was back in service. I had more miles on the camper going back and forth to the dealer I bought it from. But that's a whole other story. Then my wife bought this boat, and wow, you want to talk about a messed up industry trying to get information. As I said in the previous video, nobody will work on this. It's a 1999, nobody will touch it. So I'm kind of left to my own devices. Trying to find videos on YouTube about this outdrive, and I can't seem to find one, but I have found some videos on outdrives that look similar. The most useful video I finally found yesterday was a guy actually going through and rebuilding completely new parts, reassembling an outdrive that looks very similar to this. Can't say what it's off of. I think it's off a bigger motor, but everything I'm looking at looks exactly like this. So why am I saying all this? So whether you remember or not, I had a leak. I pressure tested this. I had a leak around my shift shaft. And before I found that video, I went to my local West Marine to find out about shift shaft seals. And the guy said, well, it could take one, could take two. You know what I mean? How many do you want? So I ordered two. So I have those coming. I haven't got them yet. And then I found that video online. So I realized that this shifter now, it uses a shift shaft bushing that threads down into the housing over the shift shaft. And it's got an O-ring on the bottom and a seal on the top. If you look at this, this has been messed with before. The bushing, or the seal's definitely bad, and the bushing has been either installed or removed. Well, that's those marks on that side, so that would be tightening. So it may have been replaced at one time, but if I look down inside, I can see like pick marks where maybe somebody changed this seal before on this as well. Either way, the seal's destroyed. I think I want to get a new shift shaft bushing. So this is, I'm going to go up to my West Marine. He was supposed to contact me 2 days ago with my parts. He has not contacted me. So I'm going to ride up there and see if the seals he ordered are there. In the videos that I have been able to see, the main shaft is what may have 2 seals in it. And if that's what he ordered, I'll take them. But I want to get a new one of these. I had to get a tool to pull this out, or make one. So I wanted to do a quick review on this tool I bought. I bought it from Amazon. And it fits in the shift shaft bushing over the shift shaft, and you just thread that out. And you want to have a pretty stout socket. I think I've only seen one guy talking about this. He torqued these to about 50 foot-pounds, so good and tight. So it's going to be pretty stout, the ears. And I actually have a socket that I made similar to this for another application that I probably could have used, but I just went and bought this one. So what did I buy? I got this on Amazon. It was by a company called BZ Sunway. That's Bravo Zulu Sunway. It cost me $10.90. How did I find that out? One of the guys I saw on YouTube, I've really been scrambling around here trying to figure these boat parts out. One of the guys on YouTube I saw resealing his said you can go on the Mercury website and find parts that way, and that website is really messed up. It lists like 5 different 175 two-strokes, or maybe more. So my boat motor says 175 EFI on it. The tag for the identification of the motor says 175 EFI. But if I pull up on their parts catalog 175 EFI, my serial number range doesn't fall into that. But if I go down to the motor that is 175 HP, my serial number range falls into that. So that's what I used because I got the right serial number range. I don't know why Mercury would do that. Why not? Because it says 175 EFI right in the tag. Yet my serial number range doesn't fall into that. So way to go, Mercury. And your parts, the Mercury parts catalog is screwed up too because you can't go back. Every time you go back, you got to relaunch the catalog. It's really screwed up, which takes you 10 minutes to get back to where you were. But whatever. So what I did was I got under there, found my motor, it looked under special tools, and it gave me a part number for this shift shaft bushing tool. And the part number for the bushing tool was 31107. That's the special tool number. So I got looking on Amazon. This is by BZ Sunway, and the part number on it is 91-31107T. It replaces 18-9817/GLM 90140, which I couldn't find that number anywhere. But I had a partial match on the 31107, so I ordered it. It's $10.90 plus tax. So a couple things. It's pretty solid. It worked. The inside of this wasn't finished very well. It was real rough, and it wasn't drilled properly. It fit the shaft, the shift shaft. As you went down on it with the socket, it got tight and grabbed the shaft. So why is that important? Well, you don't want it grabbing the shaft. That shaft just sets inside its spline, and it drops down into the shift fork, which moves your gear train back and forth down there to get forward and reverse, and it will pull right out. So you don't want your tool grabbing that shaft at all. As a matter of fact, it seems to me, and this is what I did, you want to hold down on that with something while you're operating it, because you don't want to lift that out. It might be, I don't know, maybe you can take it out and put it back in, but it might be a real pain in the neck to get that back in because it goes all the way down to like this area to where the shift fork is. So, so I had to polish the inside of this to get it to spin freely on the shaft. And I noticed I would drop it on there and it would stop about flush, wouldn't even get down to engaging the teeth. I flipped it over and it would stop, so it was clearly tight on the top. So I took a round file, polished it out till I got it to, no matter what I did with it, it slipped right on there. And it didn't really fit into this, but this was boogered. So I decided to try with a slight tap of a hammer and went right in. And then I just held down on it. I actually broke it loose with a socket and a long ratchet, and then used a wrench and held down on the top of it with held down on the shaft with a Phillips screwdriver while I used a wrench on that socket and threaded that bushing off of there. That way I keep that down there. I'm in place. I'm still in the gear I was in. Nothing has moved. So I'm going to take this with me now up to West Marine and see what I can't find out. This might be my last dealing with West Marine too. I really kind of disgusted with this whole process, trying to find parts. But anyway, the BZ Sunway tool worked for $11. It took me a little bit of effort to clean it up and make it fit, but it wasn't hard to do. I spent maybe 2 minutes on it with a round file in there, polishing that out, a little bit of sandpaper, and now it slips right on there. I'll see how it fits my new bushing when I get it. But I'm sure I can torque that in there now using that tool, which would be great. And I'm going to try and replace this whole bushing and do that correctly. And we'll see what seals they got me. I think the seals that he got me are under this, which I'm okay with. If he got them, I'm going to put my plan is to put this back together, re-pressure test it, see if I hold pressure. And I might still do the upper ones anyway because this is not that difficult. If I can find the right pieces and find the right information, that's going to be the key. Why not reseal the top end of this, put it back in? That way if this leaks down below. I did find a socket for this. It's only $30. So if I need to go into the lower seal, I might just buy the socket and do that too. But anyway, just a quick update on the saga of the Mercury 175 EFI. Is it in EFI or is it in HP? Who knows? All right, guys. Talk to you later.